7 o'clock, we'll start the meeting with a salute to the flag. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call by the clerk, please.
Trustee Dudash?
Here.
Trustee Pringle?
Here.
Trustee Reno?
Here.
Trustee Falk? Here. Treasurer Shonka?
Here.
Clerk Davis here. Supervisor Lewandowski?
Here. Next is the approval of the June 2nd, 2025 meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes.
Motion by Pringle, is there support?
Support.
Support by Falk. Is there any discussion regarding the minutes? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Public comments. Anyone wishing to address the board on any item, this is your time to do so. And we ask that you state your name and address, and you have 4 minutes. Yes, ma'am.
Hello, Bob.
How are we doing?
We're doing marvelous. Two things. One, we had the beautiful flagpole donated by Marshall Campbell. The other flag that we had, that is to go to the fire marshal. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Well, that's actually a promotion, isn't it? The fire chief. The second thing is, I did hear back from the community foundation. We did not get 27,000. We only got 5,000, but I'll take it. So you'll be getting a check in the next couple of weeks for $5,000. They said that to keep them updated, so if anything more is spent on the museum, I need to know, because they're going to look at giving us more at the end of the year.
Okay, sounds good, thank you.
Yep.
Anyone else? Seeing new agenda items, attorney's report. You have the attorney's report in front of you. Being that it was a short meeting, Bob asked if he could bow out, and I told him no problem. So if you have any questions regarding the attorney's report, pretty standard. All right, let's see. Engineer's report.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Would you like to start with the item 1 under engineer's report?
Sure.
You should have in your packet pay application 3 for the Bakersfield Pathway project from Telto Contracting. This current pay app is for $22,725. Most of the work related to this is the balance of finishing the boardwalk construction that crosses the creek and the wetlands on the property. So we've reviewed the pay application and recommend approval and payment to Telto in the amount of $22,725. I'd entertain a motion for that, and then I'd be happy to answer any questions anybody might have.
Who would like to make that motion?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Dudash, support.
I'll support.
Support by Reno. Is there any discussion?
Yes. Where is, I go down there quite frequently with my dogs. Where is this at? Because I don't see anything.
Yeah, it's not in yet. I can actually, I just loaded up a picture. I can try to show you a little bit. If you entertain me for a second. First, I can show you the construction on the pathway. Or on the boardwalk here. That's the wood boardwalk that's crossing the stream on the property. Got one more image.
Now, where is this at on the property? Is it, I look by the river and I don't see anything, and then is it gonna, where is it at? Is it over like to the right, behind the pickleball court area?
The bridge is if you were to take the pathway back and behind the boat club along the river, and about where it starts to turn at the end of that,
Okay.
and
see if I can find a plan sheet, it'll show you the pathway, so it'll be good for the group to have that.
The dogs and I will walk around and I look for stuff. I don't get out in the woods too much, just because the tick season has been so bad this year.
And they're bad in there.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to digging in there. I've already had a few this year.
Yeah, when we did the survey and the initial walks, they were thick in there, so. Sorry about this taking a minute. I'm sorry, it's not coming up right away. I can try to take it to an aerial and just describe it. So. Alright, so here you got most of Bakersfield Park. So you're talking about the pickleball courts are up in this area here. Obviously boat launch. This is the turnaround for the trailer parking. Essentially, we're going to tie into the pathway that's adjacent to the pickleball courts, and we're going to be bringing that around a large part of the park through this area, back around behind the boat club, and then looping that back. I don't remember exactly where we're looping that back to, but find the plans, but we're looping it back in. So it's going to be a significant expansion of that pathway.
Okay.
Whereas you were asking about the boardwalk crossing, it's somewhere back in this area, I believe.
Keep going.
Keep going further
Keep
down.
going. There's open there.
Somewhere in this area.
Okay.
There's a little creek that outlets to the Black River. But that's where the boardwalk is. And then, but yeah, essentially just trying to create a big walking loop that'll be it's a 10-foot wide path with 2 feet cleared space on the edges, similar to what's out there currently for the rest of the facility. So.
That's 5,000 feet, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a long
Wow.
path. So.
Yeah. And when will that be finished, do you estimate?
So we were just out there today, starting some of the staking for the contractor to start doing his cuts and stone base. I haven't got a start date from him, but I anticipate that'll be, within the next couple of weeks. I don't have a tentative schedule from him, but certainly this summer it's intended to be completed.
All righty. Thank you for showing me that.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Any other questions?
Any questions? All right, we have a motion on the floor. Roll call by the clerk, please.
Nash,
Yes.
Reno,
Yes.
Paul,
Yes.
Pringle,
Yes.
Shonka,
Yes.
Davis, yes, Lewandowski.
Yes.
Thank you. As for other project updates, I mentioned we were out at Bakersfield doing some of that staking. That was after we finished staking proposed sidewalk limits on 24th Street. So that's all staked for construction. I'm trying to get a timeline from that contractor, but I expect they'll be out in the next week or so as well. Starting on 24th Street with a couple of segments that we've got planned there, and then eventually moving over to Hubbard Street, and all of those stakes are out there as well as of today. So that's moving forward. Bakersfield, yeah, both of those we expect to be under construction in the next few weeks, and be able to give you some future updates on that as we get to the next meetings. So, any questions I can answer for you on any of that? I'd be happy to.
Questions for Mike?
Thank you.
All right. Item D, or C, the sheriff's report.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Captain Pohl on behalf of the Sheriff's Office. Just going to mention department-wide, this is kind of, we're rolling into our busiest, most challenging staffing time of the year. Within the next, month or so, we're going to hit all our big festivals that we staff, as well as that we augment with other departments. Namely, next weekend we start Cruise Weekend. They're bringing back the carnival and the fireworks this year. They didn't have that last year. Then we'll roll into Algonac Pickerel Fest the following weekend, St. Clair Fireworks. Then we get into Boat Week, and then finally wrap that up with 4-H. And of course, just with the Marine Patrol augments a lot of this as well. They're out there on 15 separate occasions for all these different blue water events. And then Township-wise, just going back to the last month, we've seen a little bit of an uptick with some calls with the transient population in the township, including assistance we needed from the fire department the other day behind Kroger for a fire of one of their encampments. So stop by. I met with the chief today. We talked about maybe some options of going forward, what we've done in the past, maybe what we could do this summer, and I just think we'll probably need to meet with some more stakeholders in the township to kind of take another look at this issue that's just kind of popped its head back up. That's all I have for that as of now. I know Chief is going to touch on a couple other things that we're working on in conjunction with each department, sheriff and fire, right now in the township.
Anyone have any questions?
Yeah. On Griswold, where you got the tower between 32nd and Michigan, I've seen it twice. There's transits, they hit into that tower area. They're biking, they go down that little grassy trail going back into that tower. So it must be.
Oh, on CN's property?
What's that?
No, across the street.
Oh, on the north side?
North side.
Okay, that's not one we know about that one, do you? No, okay.
Yeah, I've seen them twice. And the speed sign that's on West Water, could it be moved a little bit farther to the west, or is it still there? Might be gone by now. But it was kind of close to the corner, because when you pull up to the stop sign, you look west down West Water, miss traffic because it's so close.
Is it our speed trailer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can check on that. That was Westwater and where?
Westwater and Beach.
Okay,
Just west of the beach on the north side of the road, if it's still there.
got it.
Any questions for? All right.
Thank you.
Fire chief's report.
Good evening. You guys have the numbers in front of you, so you can see no notable incidents for the month of May in Portland Township. I did include something for next month's meeting. So early this month, we responded to a structure fire, 4100 block of Ravenswood. The building was fully involved prior to the fire department being notified. And of course, that was the first day Michigan Road was closed, so crews had to go all the way around 24th Street. There's know their path through. So we're working with the sheriff's office. We're still investigating the fire. We're pretty close to being done with it now. The building has been torn down, and it's now an empty lot. That's all I got for you.
Any questions for the chief?
You have one, any interest in your fire truck?
I have not had one call on the fire truck yet.
If we don't get a call pretty soon, we're gonna have to store it over on Brownwood. All right, approved lot split for parcel number 7428-006-2011-100. John, do you want to elaborate on that?
This was before the planning commission on this past Thursday. It meets all the requirements to have the split. It was one parcel, and now the existing home is a lot, and there's two other lots, one on either side of it.
Okay, their intention is to build homes, from what I understand.
Yeah, it's zoned R1, so that's all you can build with. I'll make a motion that the lot split be approved.
A motion by Reno, is there support?
Support.
Support by Falk. Any discussion regarding the lot split? Seeing none, roll call by clerk, please.
Reno,
Yes.
Falk,
Yes.
Dudash,
Yes.
Pringle,
Yes.
Shaka,
Yes.
Davis, yes, Lewandowski.
Yes. Approval of bills?
Make a motion, we approve the prepaid bills in the amount of $96,441.89.
Motion by Shaka, is there support?
I have a different one.
I'll support it.
I have 98.
There was
Make a motion that we amend my motion to $98,368.43.
a motion by Shaka, is there support?
I'll support.
Support by Reno. Is there any discussion regarding the prepaids? Seeing none, roll call by the clerk.
Shaka,
Yes.
Reno,
Yes.
Falk,
Yes.
Dudash,
Yes.
Pringle,
Yes.
Davis, yes, Lewandowski.
Yes.
Make a motion that we approve the current bills in the amount of $519,660.21.
Motion by Shaka, is there support?
I'll support that.
Support by Pringle. Is there any discussion regarding the current bills? Seeing none, roll call by the clerk.
Shaka,
Yes.
Pringle,
Yes.
Dudash,
Yes.
Reno,
Yes.
Falk,
Yes.
Davis, yes, Lewandowski.
Yes. Board correspondence. You want to talk or do you want me to talk?
I've got a couple things, can I read a couple paragraphs that I found today? Okay. So, the 40th Street Pond, has high levels of PFAS, which we've known about since, last summer? In 2023, elevated concentration of PFAS were observed in fish tissue samples collected from the William P. Thompson Pond. As part of the Great Lakes Restoration Initiative grant Eagle received to assess contaminants in fish from water bodies with youth fishing events near environmental justice areas. What does that mean about environmental justice areas? You know that? I don't either. So due to the elevated PFAS levels, the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services notified the St. Clair County Health Department and the Port Huron Township that PFAS concentrations were levels to trigger a do not eat fish advisory for all fish species in the pond. Appropriate signage was placed at the pond to inform the public. The objective of the sampling event was to sample surface water bodies entering and exiting the William P. Thompson Pond in Port Huron Township in order to investigate possible sources of PFAS to the William P. Thompson Pond. Eagle has been investigating elevated levels of PFAS in surface waters and soils throughout this area, some of which have been track to historical land applications in composting of industrial impacted biosolids and sludge residuals from PFAS use associated with the paper industry. So that's the backstory on, you know, why they started testing that pond in the first place, was because of the fishing clinic actually triggered that investigation. So, so that's all I wanted to read. Did you talk to Steve today?
Yeah. They're looking into possibility of doing some well testing. They want to do that first. And I told them, well, send me an email and let me know what you need as far as, we don't have records of who has wells. The health department does, but we know who has municipal water, and we can let them know. I told them, give me an area that you want figured out as to who has municipal water, and they can go from there. They said they had some more signs that we could put around the pond, and I said we would do that. The health department is supposed to be having a meeting with Eagle, and down the road, once we get some more information, they want to have an informational meeting where we can invite the public and just, if they have questions.
It doesn't include the river, does it?
No, they haven't said anything about the river.
I brought it up at One Water, Michigan, because they are setting up monitors along St. Clair River from, the northern monitor starts at Marysville, and it runs to Lake Erie, Wyandotte. There's no monitors up this way, but that article was in the paper the day of the fishing clinic, and it showed everything you could eat and you couldn't eat.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I told them because
It's pretty
Mike
sad.
from who represents One Water, I said, you know, we're talking about clean water in Michigan, and you can't eat the fish that you catch. That's the tourism. That's the highest part of the river. And what brings business to the area is recreational fishing, and you can't eat what you're catching. 6 walleyes
Yeah.
a year.
A year, that's what I mean, they limit what you can eat. They
Yeah.
tell you what you should.
They don't want
Limit
you to
yourself
eat
to.
too much at once, because you might make yourself sick if you get too much PFAS in your
Oh,
system.
oh yeah, we got a one of my cousins is a scuba diver and he's got a freezer full of walleyes. He says, anybody want some? I said, nope.
The health department also said that they would like for the residents, if they have any historical information about industry.
Yeah.
You know, because this stuff goes back 60 years, 100 years from all the industry, you know, over that way. There's no, the Black River and the St. Clair River does not run into that pond, but there's all these little streams that feed it. So they would like to get, have the residents come to this meeting and give them the history of industry in Port Huron Township, so they can try to figure out where this PFAS is coming from.
Yeah, that's when we had a meeting with Eagle about a year ago. That's what we were all sitting at a table trying to figure out where this possibly could come from. And they've got their maps that tell you which way the water flows across the land and whatnot. And,
I know they had some issues with the property down at Dump with the paper company. I don't know if that water comes that far, but
they claim it doesn't. Because that was first thing, so.
Liz also said some other sources of PFAS. I mean, it's just everywhere. It's in your water bottles. I have a collagen bottle. I take collagen in my coffee in the morning. They don't give you the scooper anymore because the scooper's plastic and contains PFAS. Liz says that when you spray those lawn applications to where it looks green and it's got the seed in there, PFAS. Compost, PFAS. I mean, it's just,
Oh, it's everywhere.
it's everywhere.
Everything.
And we're all filled with it at this point. So,
Yep, very unfortunate.
yeah.
On another note, note, I did have a guy come in and he's gonna try to put something together, see what it would cost us to put, like maybe a camera somewhere in here and, maybe something, a few microphones for some good audio. I want it done right without breaking the bank. Keep it simple. And, that's where I'm at with that.
The museum grand opening was very nice.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that turned out really well.
Sure did.
How's the fishing clinic?
Fishing went really well. We had 160 hot dogs to give away, and they were gone.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's great.
yeah, and we didn't give away nearly that many last year.
They can't eat the fish.
Some people took the hot dogs and used it for bait for the fish too. So, but it went very well. A lot of happy people.
Good.
Anyone else have anything?
Yep, Atkins Road. At the very west end of our section of Atkins Road, it's beginning to look like Kimball down the other end, just full of
I
potholes.
wouldn't go that extreme.
I would.
I know what it looks like, but it's not that.
Well, it's going that way.
I was just on the Kimball side last night. It was rough.
Oh,
I'm
God,
telling you.
yes. They
Wow.
put a little patch out there every now and then.
Yeah,
I think that's leftover from when they do road work,
but,
fix and repair.
that is the section of road I'm looking to apply for local road funding assistance for next year.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna get with the road commission and tell them, right now, this is what we plan on doing, so. We're not waiting for a road trip.
In April, to get
Yeah.
that done.
So,
Got a better plan up there, so you can see the limits of the sidewalk now. So this is that exercise pad that was put in recently, so basically starting right in front of that, tying into that, and then basically just got this loop coming around and coming back onto itself, so. And then this is that boardwalk area, this is that wetland that we traced that kind of goes out towards the river, so. Give you an idea what that looks like. I don't have the actual footage, but I think Bob was accurate, it was about 5,000 feet.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's a big pad.
I don't understand the wetland, it used to be a landing strip.
not there it wasn't.
Not there?
No, it was off to the, in that picture towards the bottom where the pathway's going, was a
Oh.
landing strip.
You're right.
And then another one was kind of at the Y, going at an angle.
I don't know much.
I knew as soon as I got done, I would find it, and I did, so.
Anyone else have anything?
St. Todd was the General Assembly at the zoo. There's just a recap of everything that's gone on so far, other than the consensus is with the legislation is that the budget won't be approved until fall. As you know, Congress got their side done, Senate's pretty close. Having it reconciled after the 4th of July break for summer, so I won't be getting back to it until later. And I lost my alternate, it's just me. She moved to Royal Oak or Hazel Park, one of the two. Cindy from East
Oh,
China.
yeah, she took a manager's job somewhere else.
Started this week or was it last week?
I'm not sure exactly, but
Yeah. She moved on, moved up. That's a terrible, I hope she's not driving down there, that's a horrible drive.
well, I think she lived that way down towards that way. Towards
Does she?
Alpinac or down closer that way. support by Gregor.